ropes early. You love that if you're on that side of the scoreboard, and they are landing some haymakers now.
Count it.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Milwaukee leading by 12. The pass to Ilyasova. To the inside. The Beast. Rebound by the Celtics.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
Brown outside. Pass it to the Beast, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And the game plan is clear. Work the ball inside.
And it's working for him, Greg. You like that initiative, not settling for stuff on the perimeter.
Here's what Milwaukee's going with right now. Murray comes in for Ilyasova, and it's Pat Connaughton in for Brown. Pass to Poirier. A three ball. The shot, no good. With the prospect of making a big lead even bigger.
And you got to jump at this chance. Stretch that lead out as much as possible.
DiVincenzo hits the bucket.
Yeah, they built up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for them later on.
And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks with a sizable lead as the quarter wraps up. They're ahead 16 points. They have been sharp from beyond the arc, putting on a terrific three-point shooting display. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And pronouncing Giannis Antetokounmpo's name correctly has been a challenge for many. Something he discussed before.
The worst I've ever heard was my rookie year.
And the new group out on the floor for the Celtics. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Chris Middleton comes in for Murray. The Beast, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton. And it's Eric Bledsoe in for Dante DiVincenzo. Well, last season, Chris Middleton was asked Clark to change his game, and even though it took some adjusting, the results were there.
Yeah, I agree with you, and that's not easy for a guy of Middleton's ability. Early in the year, Coach Bud asked him to take on less for the good of the team. That meant less post-ups for Middleton, less shot creation from him, and the numbers for Middleton went down, but the success of the team took a big
and looking at who they've got, Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Beast out there at Bledsoe, and it's Ilyasova in at the center. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the Zone Block.
Well, Kevin, if you want to lose Kyrie Irving, why not replace him with Kemba Walker? The Celtics brought Walker in from Charlotte last offseason, and it looks like he's going to pay off big time in Boston. The Celtics didn't exactly do what they wanted in the last couple of years, but with Walker, Jaylen Brown, and Jason Tatum, and a hopefully healthy Gordon Hayward, the Celtics aren't exactly going to be in the lottery anytime soon either.
You're right on that, D.A. There's no stop. We love Walker. And McDowell with this thank you. Smart misses.
Oh, man, you know he'd love to have that one over.
Here's the Beast, guarded by Smart. To the middle. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. That's on Enes Kanter. Take a look at the NBA. Who's the best, you think, Clark, at controlling the defensive glass, getting the missed most shots, and getting their offense back in gear?
Yeah, I think even though he's a bit undersized, he does a great job. Draymond Green, not only does he rebound the ball defensively, but he also can ignite the break because of his ball handling and passing ability. Giannis Antetokounmpo does a great job on the defensive backboards, as does Joel Embiid.
Sterling Brown is checked in for Chris Middleton. Here's Smart. That one a little long. Milwaukee leading by 14. Bledsoe passes to Ilyasova. Walker against Bledsoe. Here's Antetokounmpo, and the slam dunk by Antetokounmpo.
Hey, offensive rebound. Nothing more important than pursuing the pumpkin. And Antetokounmpo is always in the chase.
Walker, he had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Knicks in New York.
And what opened things up for him was his tenacity. He was making so many plays that the D had to play off.
The base passes to Walker. Now here's Walker. 7 points in the game. To the paint. And it's Williams who picks up the assist. Walker's got 2 points now on the floor.
Not just a jump shooter, Walker also pretty athletic. And athletic enough to get inside and finish around the basket.
Back to Ilyasova. Again, turning it over.
A moment now to see the numbers for Cantor. A very nice season for him. 14th in rebound, and he was in the top 20 in field goal percentage, able to create offense with tremendous efficiency.
And we talked about how strong he was on the boards, going hard at it at both ends last year, really helping out his team. Tatum's shot is off.
Boy, that's a look he has to finish, and he knows it. Blown opportunity.
The Beast hits the three-point foul. The Beast's got 21.
Guys, I tell you what, feels like everything is coming easy to him. Just taking what he sees and capitalizing.
Walker dishes to Tatum. That's tipped. Cantor inside. Antetokounmpo defending. The basket counts and one. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a three-point play.
Man, he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Milwaukee?
They've definitely had a hot hand from three-point range. Always nice to get off to a good start.
You know, the other thing they've been able to do in the early going is to get to the free throw line and convert tonight.
Robin Lopez is checked in for the Bucks. Here's the Beast. Ilyasova against Williams. Taking his time here. Good tee by Williams.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Here's Walker. He shoots again. Gets hauled in by Ilyasova.
Boy, patrolling the paint well, protecting the rim. That's exactly the kind of defensive effort we need against him.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
Does it as well as anybody, fellas. Tremendous skill while in the air.
Back to Walker. There's 57 seconds left here in the second. Foul in the shot, picks up 2 points, so one free throw coming up.
Boy, you look at Walker, and he's a slight guy, but he powers through it all. Terrific.
Well, one of the bigger names in free agency this past summer was Kemba Walker. A lot of teams, Greg, looking at him.
And rightfully so, Kevin. With Kemba, a point guard who is in his prime, he's an impact player who can hit big shots and is one of the more underrated stars in our league.
And yes, it's good. Lopez has got 6 points.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
Well, guys, they need to do something to reduce this deficit. We'll see if that's the answer.
5 to shoot. And Walker kicks to Cantor. Off target from three-point range. And so it's Bledsoe. He brings it up for the Milwaukee Bucks. Coming into this, having notched a win against Cleveland in their last game.
And that one was all about offensive execution. Running your plays, picking your spots.
And, not deviating from the game plan is critical. You've got to trust in the system.
For a guy who's still working on his range, love to see Smart attacking on the interior.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Both teams deciding to change it up. Smart. And that one misses. Bledsoe with it. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. What a night they've had in terms of their shooting. Everything dropping in for them. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Chris Middleton. Chris, a big effort from you guys in the first half. How do you keep that momentum going?
Come out with energy, just try to keep pushing the ball and get stops.
We know that's Coach's emphasis, Chris. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime. And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. For the Celtics, Daniel Tice is checked in for Enes Kanter. Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. Green, he's checked in for Smart. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Kemba Walker. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Ilyasova, he's checked in for Lopez. Pat Connaughton comes in for Chris Middleton. He's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's the Beast in for Eric Bledsoe. Celtics trail by 15. They got Jaylen Brown. Daniel Tice out there with Williams. And it's Green. And it's Wanamaker in at the point. That's who's in the game for the Celtics.
A slight rebound advantage for them. One more column in their favor, and it's all adding up.
Well, you take a look at both of the stats, the team stats, that is, and that's one of the many areas that they've had the advantage. And as a result, they've got a big lead.
Zone defense, Clark, being played now by a lot of teams. It's amazing that even with that, the point.
I attribute the point totals continuing to rise. Much walking the ball up the floor as I think you may have seen in years past.
And the Bucks making a change here. Antetokounmpo's from the Beast. The Beast's got 27 points.
They're taking it right into the teeth of the defense, and it's a defense that's starting to look frustrated.
Well, they should be. I mean, it has not been a good performance for them at that end of the floor.
Here's Wanamaker.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a receiver.
And you know what? He's not going to give up an easy finish at the rim. I mean, that's just against his constitution. Nice awareness from the young forward. Giannis Antetokounmpo showing he wants to work it to his guys.
Celtics trail by 15. Wanamaker with the pass to Green. Pass to Tice. Back to Green. Lets it go from deep. And the ball is good. Green's got 10.
And he's enjoyed the kind of day you expect in terms of shooting the basketball. He can bring them right back into this game.
Took him no time at all on that one. And the Bucks lead by 14. Boston's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Brown right side. Shot clock at 6. Goes up to the stripe, and it's good for 2. Brown's got 12 points in just the second half.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
Shooting foul as the whistle blows.
No doubt now, the Bucks are a elite team. Not only the best record in the league, but getting all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals as well. This team has a bright future and will be a force in the years ahead.
Here's what Boston's going with right now. Tatum, he's checked in for Green. And it's Kemba Walker in for Brad Wanamaker. Passes it to Walker. On the 3 off target. And the Bucks got a lot of big wins, Clark, throughout the season.
They sure did. The Bucks were outstanding all year long. Had a very tough series against the Raptors in the East Final and ended up getting bounced out. But tell you what, this Milwaukee Bucks team, they're going to be in the hunt for championships several years going forward.
There's the pass to Brown. Fouled in the act of shooting. It anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Matthews, he's checked in for Pat Connaughton.
Brown has is quite impressive. As relentless a finisher that you'll find in this league.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
That is the perfect fast break, guys. Getting a hoop before the defense gets set.
And it's blocked.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, Greg, it's been a physical game of basketball. It's had a sandpaper element to it. Gritty and rough. But that's how you win games.
Outside, Walker lets the three fly. It's held in by Ilyasova. Ilyasova's got rebound number 8 in the game. Pass to the beast. Inside, Ilyasova hits the bucket. Ilyasova's got 9.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. And the rejection by Antetokounmpo. Here's Matthews. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Matthews has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, part of their game plan was to block out the noise and just stay focused.
And what's been impressive is that it's not been any one player. Contributions from everybody.
And so it's Milwaukee holding a 22-point lead as the quarter wraps up. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, platinum level dime dropping there, fellas. Accurate and on time.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. On the floor for Milwaukee, starting the fourth quarter, they've got Antetokounmpo, Ilyasova out there with Matthews, and it's the Beast, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 1. And Giannis throws it down.
And Antetokounmpo is just fearless. I mean, hit him, knock him around, really doesn't faze him, doesn't matter. I mean, this guy is determined to get the job done, and he does.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here, the hustle stats for Milwaukee.
You know, with their fast break operating so efficiently, I mean, you can see why they've gone with it throughout the game.
And also, guys, they take a lot of pride in their ability to rebound the basketball, especially on the offensive end. And really a good job spotting his teammate near the bucket and then just pinpoint passing for the finish.
Up top, Brown. Walker with a clean look. The shot's good. Brown making the play. That's now 22 points for Walker.
Walker ready to shoot as soon as he catches the ball there. Great anticipation from the veteran guard.
Here's Giannis. And the layup's good off the glass.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A plus 10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
Now here's Walker. Defense is right there. And it's the Bucks on the break. And the dunk by Giannis.
And Antetokounmpo is really an absolute terror in the open floor. I mean, love seeing a guy his size run the floor the way he does. Wow, impressive.
Brown dishes to Tatum. For 3, the rebound by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 11 rebounds in the game. And the dunk by Giannis.
And Antetokounmpo is so long. I mean, he stretches forever, covers a ton of ground.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Well, you know, it's hard to overstate the impact that Giannis has on the floor with his play. I mean, he gives you so much at both ends of the floor, offense and defense, and really draws a lot of attention from the opposing team.
The
Of course.
efficiency of Giannis. Clark, that's just the icing on the cake.
Yeah, I agree with you guys. For years, people were asking, how scary is Giannis going to be? Well, we got our answer pretty much in the form of he's a nightmare.
Well, you have to give credit to Kemba Walker, who has always found ways to improve his game year after year. Has worked on his shot and tool set enough where he can now be a handful to defend for any guard.
Well, a huge bucket there to stifle the crowd.
Yeah, very little to cheer about for them at the moment. And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Bucks.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And asserting themselves up front here, guys. They'll be taking the front end of a 4-game season series between these two. They've got to feel good about getting the upper hand tonight against the Celtics.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for the Beast.
Boy, the way he orchestrated the pace was impressive. I mean, moved the ball around, made good things happen with the pass. Well done.
You can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
Pass to Lopez. Tipped away. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Line for the Bucks, Robin Lopez, taking 2 shots.
And he can't get the first one.
And the fun-loving personality Lopez has makes him a likable teammate. It's clear that they love playing with him.
And the Celtics with possession here. 17-point game. Floats one, and it's sent back by Lopez. Here's DiVincenzo. Lopez passes to the Beast. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They should. To this win, they made it look really easy. Performance at both ends.
And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
We back, we boast, then travel across the globe, turn that loud as it goes, been counting down, I can't be playing with these.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Shaquille O'Neal. Hey, this is Kenny, man. You've been pretty much unstoppable with the last few games. What's the difference over this stretch?
I think putting it, and that'll wrap the.
Che, you got a second?
Yeah, what's up?
You did a lot of distributing tonight.
I mean, I don't know if I did anything special.
My very first bad. Oh my God. I don't know why his bad percentage is so freaking slow. It's like we're blowing out every team that put up good points. And for some reason, like his bad
Hey, how you been, man? Great game.
We'll be right back with more. It's Friday night and live on 2K Sports. We're going to bring you the NBA and all its excitement. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Aaron Gordon is progressing as a
tremendous athleticism. Thanks, DA. Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. The backcourt comprised of Bledsoe and Matthews. And it's Lopez in at the center. And for Orlando. So Orlando. Going with an almost entirely new group here. Mohamed Bamba, he's checked in for Gordon. Ennis comes in for Isaac. Ross, he's checked in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Fultz. Big group substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez, he's checked in for Lopez. Ilyasova comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Dante DiVincenzo, he's checked in for Chris Middleton. And it's the Beast in for Eric Bledsoe. Doris, you and I enjoy discussing pure scores, great shooters, but guys that can score a myriad of ways. Give us a couple of names that we don't always hear about that really impressed you.
Well, one young man who I think has got an offensive game that is really continuing to grow and is quite beautiful already is Zach LaVine. But probably the best example, Kev, would have to be the multi-time winner of the Six-Man Award, and that's Sweet Lou Williams. This guy can score against any defense. He's great in pick and roll. He has become a better playmaker, but Lou Williams is a problem to guard.
As people will say, he is a professional scorer.
That's perfect, yes.
And the shooting guard, Wesley Matthews, a terrific defender who has no hesitation, Greg, in taking that long three.
A pretty good combination. Weathered an Achilles tear back in 2015, but has remained a steady rotation player.
Shots good from the Beast. And the Bucks lead by 2.
And with the way that Che has played this year, you figured it was a matter of time before they started giving him a larger role on this team. He has moved his way up in that rotation.
He has. Well, the way he's come in, Greg, and helped the team, he's been a big part of that. Much more under control with his decision-making. We can see that. And his play is so much better since the first few times he saw the floor. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It goes on Mohamed Bamba.
Nice work to get it inside and draw the contact. And the coaching carousel in Orlando for a few years has now become a point of stability.
Greg, there is no doubt Steve Clifford has done an amazing job in such a very short window of time. And that's after overcoming his own individual health concerns that forced him to take a 21-game leave of absence. What an incredible turnaround for the team and for Cliff himself.
And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Bamba. Ilyasova against Bamba. And there's the pass to the Beast. Lock at 6.
I love, Kevin, that Terrence Ross is trying to affect the shot-making ability of his opponent. He can be a pesky defender.
It's stolen by Brown. Now the Bucks moving it up. Brown's got the ball. That shot off.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively. Boy, DJ Augustine, the number 9 pick in 2008, he has certainly been well-traveled in his career.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game, just a matter who can catch that momentum.
It's tipped. And it's the Bucks on the break. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish.
Well, it's reflected in his shooting percentages, Kevin. Over the last few seasons, he has really taken off in terms of his efficiency. This is probably one of the most underrated shooters in the NBA. Well, you think about the solid first year Steve Clifford had coaching the Orlando Magic. This team had a solid season with a great lead on the defensive end of the floor. Clifford once again showing he is a great defensive mind in the NBA coaching ranks.
The Bucks have been getting it done at the line, 10 for 12. And with Clifford and the defense, he's excelled in that area his whole career.
Well, think back at both stops in Charlotte and Orlando. His teams have been really solid on the defensive end of the floor. They limit turnovers and second chance points, get back in transition, build the wall. It's becoming his calling card as a coach, guys. Boy, with his shot not falling right now, it might be time to look in a different direction. See if you can get your teammates started.
And that's a good shot for him. He can shoot it over almost anyone.
You want that mid-range game in your arsenal. You can't just be about threes and dunks. Sometimes this is a key shot. Well, just a little too physical out there right now. That's already his second foul.
Well, they say the post-up big man is dead and gone in the NBA, but don't tell that to Nikola Vucevic, an offensive focal point, and he does some of his best work on that low block.
And the Bucks making a change here. Connaughton's checked in. Gordon kicks to Augustine. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Ennis passes to Vucevic. Tries from 16, off the left rim and out.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
And Lopez gets it to go.
You know, when Robin Lopez is hitting that mid-range shot, it just opens up so much for him on the interior.
Now here is Augustine. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against New York.
He was also an excellent setup man as well. This guy was cutting the defense to shreds with incredible passing.
The Beast, and another basket for Milwaukee.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Augustine looking around. Pass to Vucevic. Over Lopez. Vucevic with the bucket. Vucevic has got his second basket of the night.
You have to admire the confidence of Nikola Vucevic. This close.
Well, there are a lot of letters that go into the spelling of Giannis Antetokounmpo's last name.
The Nigerian way, you gotta say with a D, so it's Adetokounmpo.
It seems easy enough, right?
I guess so. I think a lot of people are going to stick with Giannis or the Greek Freak.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Bucks, guys.
They've gotten to the line with tremendous consistency here through the first period.
And this is why coaches say be aggressive. As long as you're playing smart, good things tend to happen, even if you're on the road.
Setting the floor for the Bucks. Ilyasova out there with Robin Lopez. Then there's Brown, and it's the Beast, and it's Connaughton at the 2 spot. And a career high in scoring last season.
Boy, he thrived in the instant offense roll off the bench. This guy unleashed into an aggressive, assertive, shot-hunting scorer. What a season he had.
A lot of switching on every possession in the NBA from a defensive standpoint, and you see the way Doris offenses are adjusting to that.
Yeah, I think number one, you have to attack the switch. That's first and foremost. And it's an interesting balance between attacking and being patient. Because the one thing you're ultimately seeking in every switch is a favorable matchup for yourself. That's where a critical, thinking guard who knows where to find and put the ball is so critical to your success.
That's a good way to look at it. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the Magic broke a 6-season playoff drought. Nick Vucevic was the franchise's first All-Star in 7 seasons. It's been a long rebuild from the Dwight Howard era. We'll see where the team goes from here, but Kevin, they're happy to just be playing games that matter night in, night out.
All right, thank you very much, David.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
So the wing on the left, the Beast passes to Ilyasova. Down low, here's the Beast. And the layup falls. The Beast's got 16 points.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Ennis taking his time here. Second shot opportunity. And Vucevic with the layup. Vucevic has got his third bucket of the night.
Nikola Vucevic has averaged double-digit rebounds for the vast majority of his career. You want him to get to work on the offensive end? No problem.
Here's the Beast. The shot's good. Brown making the play. And that's 18 points for the Beast.
You can't just stop when there's a pick. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
Had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Dennis Fournier. Substitution here for Milwaukee. Lopez. Here in the second quarter, we've played a little over 2.5 minutes now. A platoon swap here for Milwaukee.
Get going.
And here's Augustine. Vucevic with it. Pass to Ross. He kicks it to Augustine. Fires top of the key. And it's off the back rim. No good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And this is where you hope that he can find something easy so he can see the ball go through the net.
And so it's Augustine who will bring it up for the Magic. Trailing by 5. This game against Milwaukee here, it's their first look at the Bucks.
Well, these two teams will see plenty of each other as this is the first of 4 contests between them this year.
And the better they know each other, the more competitive they become. Expect this first one to be extremely spirited with each side trying desperately to send a message early.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Well, nice job by Wesley Matthews to read the defense and put it on time and on target.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Whole stretch offensively, for sure.
Good. Augustine's got 6 points.
Man, this guy is a scoring machine. I mean, I know I'm not the only one to describe him that way.
The Beast passes to Lopez. Passes to DiVincenzo. 6 to shoot. He dishes it to Ilyasova. From past the arc, and that's good. Wesley Matthews for 3. 10 points for him.
Everyone knows the catch and shoot game of Wes Matthews is lethal. Gives the defense no time to react.
Here's Augustine. Here's Vucevic. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. 7 feet, 260 pounds. Vucevic has a big, strong body with great.
Kevin, he can struggle at times to break through contact. If he were a better leaper, I think he'd get to the line more. This guy is just so smart and elusive with his footwork. So this is a big-time player now. Make no mistake.
Brown is checked in for Matthews. No good from the Beast. They have a chance to go 2 for 1 here.
Let's see how they play the clock.
To the paint. Here's Isaac. It's bedtime for Menace.
This is encouraging to see Jonathan Isaac finish through contact. He obviously will fill out that frame and add some weight, but the balance really impressive.
The Beast passes to Ilyasova. Here's the Beast. He's covered by Isaac. The pass to Lopez. Brown right side. Here's DiVincenzo. He had 10 points in the win against Boston.
Oh, perfect timing there to knock down the teardrop.
Now Augustine. Comes up empty down low. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks bringing the quarter to a close with a 7-point lead. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline.
Hate that shit. You're just trying to
Thanks very much, Jay. Everything falling for you in that first half. How were you able to be so efficient?
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here.
Video. Killing it tonight, Shane. Thanks, Coach. Love the intent.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. What can you say? The beat. Orlando going with an almost entirely new group here. Bamba is checked in for Gordon. Ennis comes in for Isaac. Terrence Ross is checked in for Fournier. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Markelle Fultz. Ennis out there with Bamba. Then it's Terrence Ross, and it's Vucevic, and it's Augustine in at the point. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Magic. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls up. Another miss by Orlando.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Lopez inside. Vucevic defending.
Boy, when Vucevic is in that area, he's capable of sending it back.
For the 3, it's good. The assist that time from Ennis. Ennis has got 3 assists now in this one.
And when you've got a big man who can shoot from distance like that, what a huge advantage.
The Beast passes to Lopez. Here's DiVincenzo, and he stuffs it. What a pass to set him up.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Pass to Ross. Back to Augustine. Passes it to Ross for the tie. Rebound, Milwaukee. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. To the inside, Ilyasova uses the glass to finish the layup. Now it's a 5-point Bucks lead.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling down.
Here's Augustine. Good D by Lopez. Bucks leading by 5. Pass to the Beast. Fader on the way. And Bamba pulls it down. Orlando's gotten going here in the second half from outside, nailing 3 of 4 from the arc. Ennis passes to Vucevic. That shot misses. So Milwaukee will take it the other way. They'll be playing host to Toronto for the next one. That game will be a quick foot stop before hitting the road again.
Whoa, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam.
It's like the team just gave up. Now they just want to give up.
Now here is Augustine. He's got 6. Pass to Ross. Shoots it up. And the rebound goes to Lopez. Lopez has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of
tapping square to try and rotate out.
Ross on the wing. 8 points for him. Trying to find Augustine. Gets it to him. Feeds to Bamba. And here's Ennis. Now the pass to Augustine. No good. They can't put an end to this drought.
I'll tell you, no matter what he does, he can't find his rhythm, and you get the sense he's starting to press a little bit.
Oh, he just punches that one down with fury.
And he rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Pass to Ross. Ennis with the ball. Some nice ball movement by the Magic.
We go again.
And Vucevic kicks to Augustine.
Everywhere.
Lets a floater go. Rebound, Milwaukee. Lopez's 5th rebound right now in the game. Here's Brown. Chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Pass to Ross. Throws it up. And out of bounds. Possession.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
The Magic making a switch here. Fournier is checked in. The Bucks also with the sub. Chris Middleton's checked in for Brown. Oh! And he slams it one-handed.
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime.
Look at it.
To Fournier.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Bamba and So he's picked up his final foul, and he will sit for the rest of this game.
Yeah, and luckily they've got terrific depth at that position. If there's one spot on the floor where they can afford to lose somebody, that would probably be it.
Fournier finds Ross to end the cold streak, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so it's the Milwaukee Bucks enjoying a 12-point lead as they talk things over during the break. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. Back right after
when you're
this.
playing, you can just
now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, a terrific, unselfish play right here. Set up his teammate, and how about the setup this was?
Boy, GA, how about the secondary playmaking you are getting? Great to have that from the shooting guard spot.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today. We get going. Number 4. Middleton and Giannis are the forward tandem. Then it's Ilyasova, and it's the Beast, and it's DiVincenzo in at the 1 spot.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession. My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it.
Oh, what the fuck?
Fournier goes in.
Flashing some impressive instincts. Evan Fournier knowing when to attack and draw the foul.
So it's such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst, breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. Young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career, and what you chose?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7.
It's been a driving force. I love it.
I would just tell young women, times are changing.
That's impossible. Players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from
this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks.
And Vucevic throws it down.
Boy, there's no question Vucevic has got offensive skill. When he gets to his spots, he is so effective.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
They get the rebound, and Giannis gets it to go.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flame.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment, you play the right way.
Scooped up. Vucevic, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket. Vucevic has got 4 points this quarter.
Well, Nikola Vucevic can score against excellent defense. That is a good finish in close.
And again, it's Milwaukee converting.
No doubt about the consistency when it comes to scoring the basketball for him tonight. A real nice lift for their offense.
Outside Fournier. Isaac with the ball. Giannis is there, and that's a foul called on the Beast. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. So for the Magic, Jordan. Passes to the Beast. Power down with both hands.
You can see the evolution of Giannis as a passer. He's gotten good at thinking for himself and his teammates.
Now here's Fultz. Antetokounmpo defending. Fultz kicks to Fournier. 5 on the clock. Over Middleton. The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 9 points now in just the 2nd half. And so it's Bledsoe with it, bringing it up for Milwaukee.
You can see why they go to this guy so often. More often than not, he's going to be very efficient like he is right
here.
Bledsoe. Floats one. The wide open. Of it. Hit the second chance effort, and the layup is up and in. The Beasts got 8 points in the quarter.
And he getting outworked there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
Greg, you have got to put a body on somebody. We talk about it ad
see there,
nauseum,
he's shot
but
me
you've
over,
got to be disciplined with
just to
the
try and
box
get
out.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Bucks.
Their hard work on the glass paid off.
I tell you what, they're both excellent rebounding teams, and it was a tough battle underneath all game. And I think ultimately that earned the W.
And it'll mark their 4th win on the year. Actually, their 5th win on the year.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the
he was efficient offensively, got and really knocked down big shots all game long.
Helps teams if they can keep the rights to their best player. We see it in other leagues. Could the franchise tag ever make its way, do you think, to the NBA?
Well, this is going to be a negotiation point between the Players Association and the league itself. And the reality is it's going to have to be negotiated. What we know unequivocally, Kevin, is that these players now in the player empowerment era have more control about what franchise they play for and how long the duration of their contract is. How this all shakes out remains to be seen, but it is a point of conversation amongst the 30 NBA teams and the league leadership. There's no question about it.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
He feeds it to Lopez. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
Passes it to Carter Williams. 23 seconds left in the game. Aminu, the pass to Birch. Over Lopez. And too long on the shot. The pass to the Beast. Kicks it to Lopez. Pass to the Beast. And so it's the Bucks taking care of business in this one. To come into an opponent's building and dominate the way they did tonight, says, I think, Greg.
Welcome back. This is Hey, what's up? It's Shaq. Listen, you've been on one the last few games. Wow. What do you think you have to do to sustain this level of production? And that'll wrap things up.
Nice little win streak.
Man, I don't know that. That was. That is. It's like 50%. It just ruins the game. If you win, it's like fucking just I don't know. That's or losing. It's about like what is the actual game. So I feel like it doesn't feel like we're getting beat on. Man. that puts me in the next bracket. And I finally look over. Alright. Like 6 games in and I have like 2 badges. This fucking sucks, man. What is up with badge progress? It's freaking nuts. And I'm not having crappy games. I'm averaging 30 points a game, 5 assists, freaking a block, a couple rebounds. Like I'm having good games, like any player in the NBA, especially a that ruins the badge progress thing for me. Because I just want to play the game straight up. I don't even play. Like I'm just trying to it's like street ball for me. Like you're not calling plays in street ball, you know. Each guy's doing his own thing, and you try to make it work together. Like I don't know, man. That last game was a letdown. That's why people don't like this game. Because you can't win every fucking game so far. No problem blowing out almost every team. But it's like it's just not fun to do because even though I'm putting up more points than them, every other play is them spamming some weird bullshit on me that like it doesn't feel like there's any way I can running me into fucking 3-4 screens in a row. Find me that play. Like that play doesn't exist. We can't call that play and like do that exact same thing to the NPCs. There is no every single person on your team set a screen. The play doesn't exist. That's just the NPC spamming that shit against you, and there's just nothing you can do about it. Or the push-off blow-bys, where like the NPCs are trying to drive to the rim, you're right on them, and freaking suddenly your guy just burst off to the other direction for no freaking reason. And it just gives them a wide open shot, and I didn't do that. Like, I didn't force my guy to run the opposite direction from the way this guy was going. Like, that makes no sense. Like, I made no controller movement. What the hell? I could understand if he went the other way and I just kept going. That would make sense. But the fact that it just suddenly makes my animation go the other way, that's crazy. Like, it doesn't make any sense. And it's just, that's, I don't know, it's ain't a... Jesus Christ. Like, the game's just not fun to play. I really like this build and everything. Like, I'm happy with the build. This is the build I did yesterday, and I did a stream on it, and I was really happy with the build and everything. But, man, the game is just not very much fun to play. Like, I think maybe they're doing that on purpose. Maybe they are. Because I've made a lot of builds this year, just because, like, some of the builds I've made, they worked, but they were just boring as fuck to play. Like, you can only do one thing, so you're just doing that one thing over and over and over and over again. It's boring as hell. I wonder if they did that on purpose. Maybe they set the game up like this on purpose to try to force people to buy multiple builds because you get bored with them so quickly. I don't know. I mean, at least people are speaking out, you know, breaking news. I forget his name, the rapper. 21, whatever his name is, I forget. Some, like, apparently he's famous. I'm not into new stuff, so I don't know who's famous nowadays, but I'm old, so, but apparently he's a new famous rapper, and he's come out, did an Instagram or something like that, and was like, he was straight talking shit. Like, he was like, this game is a piece of shit. The people who made it need to get slapped, and, like, all this kind of stuff. Like at least people are, like, speaking up. Like, I don't know. Last year, there was a lot of people saying, oh, this game is trash, and it was really bad. And then, I don't know, there was a lot of people that I guess they felt if they just kept their lips glued to 2K's ass that things would change. And they didn't. They just got worse. So this year, you're not seeing as much of a backlash against people who are talking shit about the game. And so I think that's a huge reason you're starting to see a lot of, like, celebrities and stuff who are like, yeah, the game's not right. So, I don't know. Whatever. They're not going to fix it. All they're looking at now is 2K21. And I'm not. I just wish they would make this game where it was playable. And I know why they're not going to, because if they did, nobody would buy 2K21. If they made this game playable and fixed the things that we've been asking for them to fix since the very beginning of the release, nobody would buy 2K21 because we've been let down so many times that if we finally got a product that worked, anything similar to 2K16, I don't think most people would keep moving forward. I think they would just say, okay, you know what, finally, we're decent, let's just stay here. Don't give them a chance to even fuck shit up even worse. And have to start all over on your build. That's the other thing, too. This wouldn't be near as bad 2K if we could transfer our builds year to year. And I realize that you don't want people doing that because, of course, that's 50% of your income, and there's no way that people are going to do that. But all you got to do is charge people the same money you're charging to make a new build, or maybe just a little bit less, to transfer their old build. Oh my God, a new source of income for you, 2K. You charge people 20, 30, 40 bucks, whatever, to bring their old build into the new game with all the upgrades and the stats, everything they've already done. Holy shit, a whole new line of revenue. And you're still going to have people that want to make brand new players and brand new builds and all that kind of stuff, but not everybody is grinding. I have never grinded past 91. I think in 2K16, well, no, in 2K16 my Sharp was a 95, but since then, the highest I've gone was a 91. And that was last year. My post scores were 90s, in their 90s. They were 91, 92. I never go past that because it gets so lame after a while that I'm just not willing to do that grind. And I don't get hardly any, I do these videos because I'm bored. I don't get any viewership, any subscribers or anything from doing 2K videos. None. Because if you don't do 2K clickbait videos, nobody gives a fuck. Because that's the only thing, and I don't blame people, that's the only thing that makes the game exciting whatsoever when it comes to content is, okay, what kind of shit are people talking now? Nobody gives a fuck about actually watching the gameplay. Nobody gives a fuck about actually playing the gameplay. Nobody wants to see the progression system. Nobody wants to sit there and watch people grind 30 games just to get one badge. I mean, I'm fucking astonished right now that I am, a full 5 games in, all of them blowouts. I'm putting up 30-point games, no freaking problem, and I literally have 2 badges. I'm hitting freaking threes. I'm probably shooting 40 to 50% from 3, if not better. I'm not bricking a shitload of threes and all this kind of stuff. Why does it say I have a 0? Oh, because I didn't take any threes that last game. That's last game. All right. On the season, on the other hand, I have a 66% 3-point. Bad. Half a 1 badge after 5 freaking games, shooting 66% from the 3-point line. What? This game does not reward good gameplay. It only rewards spammers and shit, just doing the exact same things over and over and over again, specific to whatever your build is. It's just ridiculous. I didn't realize my percentages were that high. And, I'm still, I hardly got any progression whatsoever. That's broke, 2K. That's broke. That's more of, why people don't want to play the game. Nobody wants to sit there and grind out lame-ass scripted basketball games just to find out at the end of a freaking 45-minute basketball game, because I play on 12-minute quarters. I'm trying to get the most experience possible, and I'm trying to put in the effort to get it. And you're so under-rewarded at the end of that 30, 45 minutes that it's you just don't want to even start another one. That's really what happens is you play a game or two, and you're after you see those mediocre fucking gains, it's who wants to do this? Who wants to keep doing this? Because I know, if I don't get a badge every 2 to 3 games, then, you get bored really fast because your player is only going to play the exact same way every fucking game. And so you're not making any progress really forward. And I know you get your level ups quicker, yes, but because of the way they did the stats where we got to fill in our own stats, most people already have the stats and the stuff you want. Everything else is just capping out. Like literally, I'm an 86. I've leveled up like 2-3 times total. And 80, like I don't need any more stats here. Putting any more stats here, yeah, I'll push the post fade to 75. That'll probably be my next upgrade. Will be 75 on the post fade, and then everything from then on out is just defensive rebound because I don't need any other upgrades. So what you got to think is every game after I put up that post fade to 75, yeah, my defensive rebound might get a little bit better in, maybe 10, 15 games because look, it's only a 30. I'm only getting 5 to 7 per upgrade. So like it's going to take 7, 8 upgrades just to get that to where it's usable. But everything else is going to stay exactly the same. And you can either do it that way or you can even everything out and then you just... I'm not going to have besides like which you're only getting 1 point per level. It's like it's not really even going to make that big of a difference. And it's when you mix all that with the really slow badge progression, it's just and all the problems with the game, it's so boring. It's so freaking boring to play. And so that's the problem, 2K. Honestly, I've already kind of made my little game plan. I know how to counteract what's going to happen because right around like about 3-4 months out from the next release, they're going to start advertising like crazy. And they're going to start lying to us again and telling us that they're going to add this and add that. And now there's going to be affiliations. There's going to be new parks. And we're not going to lie. They're actually going to probably make jokes about lying in the first place to say, well, we're only going to do it in this one. Or some shit like that. You know how 2K is. That's exactly what they're going to do. And everybody's going to fall for it. Next year's going to be just as shitty. It's going to be the exact same fucking game. And so I'm going to counteract it. I'm not going to watch. Like, as soon as those videos start coming out for the new one, like, oh, this is what we know so far about the new game, and this is all the shit they're telling us that we're going to... I'm just going to ignore those videos. Just completely ignore them whatsoever and wait until the game comes out. There's no reason to pre-order. We all know like 3 years in a row if you pre-ordered, the last like 3 years, we pre-ordered and didn't get to play the night of release. Literally, that's happened the last 3 years. There's been the major whatever error codes. I actually did a stream about it this year when the error code was happening. And it's gotten like 2,000 or 3,000 views. Because people are like, yeah, had that happen. And it happens every year. So there's no point in pre-ordering. So don't pre-order. Just wait for the review. Wait a day after the game's released. And then wait for the reviews to hit. That's what I'm going to do. And unless the reviews come out and are like, oh my god, they fixed everything. It's amazing. This is the 2K we've been waiting on. I'm not buying it. I'm just not going to buy it whatsoever. So, that's me personally. I don't know. I'm done playing. I just ran it for 30 minutes just for the hell of it. This is just really sad. It's really sad. I got a build I like. I like playing on the Bucks. It's fun playing with Annie. Talk about making alley-oops easy. But the gameplay itself, the loop, is just... It's way too boring to have no fucking advancement. And to expect me to just do that over and over and over and over and over again with no advancement, like, it doesn't even make sense from a marketing point of view. Because 2K, if we make a build and it takes us a year to level up that one build, what do you think the chances are most people are gonna, that are planning on actually sticking with the build, are gonna make another one? You're losing money because you're restricting how fast we can level up our builds. And that also doesn't make sense from a VC point of view because if you're a park player, you're playing park opening up things you can buy. So the slower you level up, the slower you're able to purchase stuff, the less VC you're even able to spend. It's just nothing about what they did here makes any sense. It's like they hired a bunch of 5-year-old monkeys with crowns and were just like, draw some pictures and tell us what the next 2K should be. And one little fucking asshole kid at the end of the table wrote down, lie to everyone, and just handed it off to Ronnie. And that's how they did it. It was 5-year-old monkeys with crowns. With Crayolas. Oh, this game's so stupid. And they're not going to fix it. And it makes me sad. And it should make you sad too. So hit that like, hit that sub, and we'll be sad together. And that's a hell of a way to advertise a YouTube channel. Sandman out, guys.